name is Marcelo Gerlach. I am working at ICLEI Europe in the NBS and biodiversity team, working on projects like Land for Climate and Go Nature Positive. There is a big discussion on what is a nature positive activity and nature negative activity. And this also has to go through the needs of a local community. So if you are extracting, for example, resources from a place, which would be a nature negative economic activity, this should involve for sure the decision making at a local level, like asking, okay, these are the resources, these are the impacts, what should we do, or which nature negative activities should we continue to do, and which should we stop for sure. NBS is a term we are working with. It's nothing new, or NBS practices are not new. They have existed for a long time, and we are using this term again, right? In agriculture, if we think about agroforestry, this is some land use practices that have been there for a long time, and they are coming back, right? Some people call them NBS in the agriculture, we call it agroforestry, and I've worked with farmers planting agroforestry systems, and it's challenging for them to change from one system to another because it means investment without knowing exactly how this could work. And the best result is when you see the results before. So a farmer talks to a farmer, that's when they listen the most. Also the complexity of an agroforestry system, for example, how many different diversity of plants should you plant in a row? What is the distance between the rows? So these are all small parameters to assess an NBS implementation. At the same time, it requires a lot of knowledge and a lot of investment, and that's where the gaps are sometimes when implementing NBS solutions. You know they will have an environmental benefit, however, it requires an investment and it requires a lot of knowledge, and these are gaps that sometimes practitioners don't dare to go further because of these limitations. So this is something to work on, and probably something this festival, for example, is trying to look at different solutions. For me, key takeaway is nature-based solutions are an important term. They are not one solution. It's not like in agriculture, for example, you have conventional, intensive and extensive agriculture. You have they offer you one solution. If you use this, you will have this input. However, if you think it from a more organic way, right, you have to have a lot of different solutions, and that's what NBS brings in, right? One NBS won't solve the climate crisis, but we need to go for many different NBS, and how this NBS can be financed is the question we are dealing with.